Hi guys, today is Friday, so I'm going to be doing a Friday favorites video. I didn't do any in the month of July, and I apologize for that. So this one might be a little bit longer than usual. I'm going to try to keep it quick though. There's only two categories that I'm going to be covering today, and that is television and music. So the first TV show that I'm going to be talking about is one that is being talked about a lot on the internet right now, and that is Orange is the New Black. This is one of Netflix's, that's a weird word to say, original content shows, and it came out, I believe, in July. If you guys don't know what it is following a woman who is white, and I think she's supposed to be like in her mid to late 20s, and when she was younger she was actually like a drug mule. So in the first episode she goes to jail, and it's all about her life in prison. I am completely in love with this show. I decided to check it out kind of on a whim because so many critics were talking about it on the day that it was released, and I was hooked from the very beginning. I watched like 6 episodes in a row, and then I realized there were only 13, so I decided to slow down a little bit so that way I could actually enjoy the show over a longer period of time. One of the main reasons why I love this show is because it focuses on women, because obviously she's in a women's prison, so basically the entire cast is female except for like 3 or 4 people who show up throughout the show. And not only are there a lot of women, but it is a very diverse cast with different races and people of different sizes and shapes and colors, and it's just really great. Each episode focuses sort of on one prisoner, and you get to sort of see their background of what their life was like before prison and what caused them to end up in prison, which is really great because no matter how you feel about a character in the first episode or the first time you meet them, your opinion of them will probably change by the end of the season. If you have Netflix or have access to Netflix, definitely watch this show. It probably isn't for someone who is younger because there is mature content. There is literally everything possible: sex, nudity, violence, swearing, everything that you could think of that is mature content, it will be in this show. The other show that I've really been enjoying lately that's new is this show on ABC called Whodunit. It is a reality show that is basically like a murder mystery show. There is this group of people, I think it starts out with like 10 of them, and they know that they're in like a murder mystery game, and in the first episode someone is sort of killed, so to speak. What happens is all of the people on the show have the opportunity to investigate either the crime scene, the corpse, or the last known whereabouts. You can't check out all of them, you can only pick one. And so you have to form alliances with people who are willing to share information with you. And then the second part of the episode is where they receive a clue and they have to solve the clue, and whoever solves the clue first is given another piece of information about what happened during the murder. In the end, they have to sort of give what they think happened in the murder. The more accurate you are, the less likely you are to get kicked off. And for this show, getting kicked off is where at dinner time, everyone's obviously sitting at a table eating dinner, and the butler comes and gives them an envelope with a card inside, and it either says spared or scared. And if you get a scared card, and there's at least 2 scared cards given every episode, you have the chance of being the person murdered. It's nothing like amazing, but I really like murder mystery stories in general, so it's been really fun to watch. Everyone on the show is kind of like overacting, which is kind of like cringeworthy, but again, I just really like murder mystery shows. One of my favorite reality shows of like all time was this other show that I think was on ABC called The Mole. I love that show, and this is sort of like the bastard child of that show because it's not quite as good as that was, but it still sort of does my fill for good summer TV. And then the other thing that I've been watching lately is The Simpsons. I own seasons 2 through 10 on DVD, and every now and then I like to rewatch them. Usually when I'm rewatching them, I start at around season 4 because seasons like 4, 5, and 6 are my favorite. So usually I start at 4 and go through about 7 or 8, and I almost never watch like the last couple of episodes. Nope. And I almost never watch like the last couple of seasons that I own, which really isn't good, so I decided this time around I would start with season 8 and do 8, 9, and 10. I'm also kind of a nerd and I like watching these with the commentary on because every episode has commentary with the creator of the show, Matt Groening, as well as whoever the executive producers and writers are, and sometimes even the cast of the show and things like that. So I don't know why I really like watching these with commentary. It's probably because I've seen all of these so many times that I know what's going on in the episode, so the commentary adds something extra to it, but now I'm getting to a point where I kind of know the commentary too. Now, in terms of music, there's two things that I kind of want to talk about. The first one is Bastille. I talked about them in a previous video. I'll link to that down below. But I'm basically still in love with this band. I still love listening to their album, but the exciting news is that now they are releasing their full-length album in America. Their EP is currently out, which has 4 songs on it, and if you order the EP on iTunes, then you get like credit towards the full album, and the full album is only going to be like $7.99 or something, but it is so good, and it's the extended cut version, so it comes with the extra bonus tracks. I highly recommend getting their album. You know, even just listen to a couple of their songs, and if you like their singles, you're gonna like the album. It's so good. I literally have been listening to it for like 4 months now, from March when it originally came out in England. And they are also touring in America in September. They're only doing like 10 shows or something like that. I know they're doing some on the East Coast, some on the West Coast, and then one in Chicago, which I have already bought my ticket to, and I'm so excited to go and see them live because I've just watched so many of their live performances that I'm so excited. I know it's gonna be a good show. And then the second thing that I'm gonna talk about is the Backstreet Boys, which if you know me at all or follow me on other social media, you've probably seen me talking about at some point. I love this band. I have since I was in elementary school, and I probably will for the rest of my life. And they have a new album out, and let me tell you the story of me trying to get this album. There were exclusive tracks at the Target version of the CD, so if you bought it at Target, you get exclusive tracks. Now, I have a lot of Targets pretty close to me, so I figured that I would stop by Target next to my work after work because I didn't have time to go before work. So I go to Target after work, and the Target is completely sold out. I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. And I go to the second Target, and they're sold out too. So then I'm like texting my friends like, what the heck is going on? I haven't had to deal with Backstreet Boys things selling out since like 2001. I had to call 3 Targets before I found one that had any in stock, and that one only had 1 copy left, so I had them put it on hold. The fact that they were selling out at literally every location near me was so insane because really this hasn't happened in so long, and it really makes me wonder if like every Backstreet Boy fan out there bought their copy at Target to get the exclusive tracks, because that's what it seemed like. But I just wanted to say that I am currently enjoying this album on repeat. I really like it. I don't know if you'll like it because I don't know what your tastes are, but if you like pop music, check it out. It's on Spotify too. If you have a Spotify account, you can definitely listen to it on there for free. I'll leave a link to their single down in the description so you guys can check that out if you're interested, but I really like it, and I'm also going to go see them in concert. Possibly more than once. So yeah, those are my Friday favorites for today. Sorry that this episode is longer than usual. This is what happens when I don't make as many videos. Feel free to leave me a comment if you enjoy any of the things that I mentioned here today, or just let me know maybe some TV shows or albums that you have been really liking these days. So yeah, that's all I have for now. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.